This is Irfan Javed, and today we are going to start a very important topic, and that is verb. For the grammatical point of view, are very crucial and very important to understand this topic, because the basic syntax of English language consists on subject, verb, and object. And in this part of the sentence, verb is the most important part to identify a tense, identify a time, to identify an action that at which time that particular action is happened. So verb is a very important part. Furthermore, there are different types of verb. So today we will first of all we will discuss the different types of verb as well, and the verb as well, that what actually a verb is. Basically, majority of the students, they just know that the verb is an action word, but it's more than an action word. So verb is an action word as well, and it's a state of being as well. It's a state of being as well. For example, let's take an example of the first sentence of action word. He is playing cricket. So over here, playing is an action word, but it's a verb. But as for concern about the second thing, the state of being, he is a doctor. So over here in this second example, is not performing any type of action. It's telling us about a state of being. In the first example, is supporting to the main verb, principal verb, that is a play, with the addition of ing. So this, its function over here, the function of is over here is an auxiliary verb, a helping verb. So it's not performing a function here in the second thing. That's why we say there's a state of being. So that's what I told you, that verb is more than an action word. This is a state of being, which shows a link. Now, first type of verb is a primary auxiliary verb. There are three primary auxiliary verbs, that is be, have, and do. With the help of a be, in the different tenses we draw up is, am, and are. We use is and are for present tense, and was and were in the past tense, and have, has, have, and had. We use has and have in the perfect tense, present perfect tense, and had in the past perfect tense. And the last one is do. Do, does, or did. So this do or does we use in the present tense for making a negative and interrogative sentences, and did we use in the past tense for making a negative and interrogative sentences too. So these are the primary auxiliary verbs be, have, and do. With the help of a be, we draw is and are for the present, was, were in the past tense, have, has, and have we use in the present perfect tense, had in the past perfect tense, do, does in the present tense for making a negative and interrogative tense, and did for the past tense for making a negative and interrogative tense. So this is about action word, and this is about the state of being. So now let's have an example of the tomatoes smell bad. Question is for you, that what do you mean that what is the word smell over here? What's the function of the smell over here in this example? Similarly, there is a second example, he appears to be poor. So appears and smell, are they performing any function? Are they performing any action? Or they are just telling a state of being? This is the question for you. So the tomatoes smell bad is, the word smell over here is not performing any particular action, but it's showing a link between the subject and an adjective. It may create a link between the subject and adjective or a noun as well. Similarly, over here, he appears to be poor. Appears word is not performing any action. So this is not an action So the word which creates a link between the subject or an adjective or a noun. So this is called linking verb. So linking verb are those words which we use to show the connection between the subject of the sentence, subject to the adjective or a noun. So this is just only the function of a linking verb to show the connection. Now another example, that is a state verb, which we have already discussed when we were discussing about the definition of the verb, that it is a state of being. So state verb, which just tells us about the state of a particular subject or an action. For example, the food tastes good. So the word over here, the taste, is not performing any action, just telling us a state of a food. The food tastes good. So those words which just tell us about the state, these are called state verb, state of being according to the definition of verb, and those words which creates a link of the subject to the adjective or a noun, this is called a linking verb. So this is all about a primary auxiliary verb, linking verb, and the state verb. Primary auxiliary verbs are the three: be, have, and do, and the linking verb just to show the links, and state verb just to show the state of a subject. So that's all about the verb. So particularly, I just in a nutshell, I just sum up the three types of the verb, and now you have to attempt an exercises on the student book. Question number 2, page number 60 is of a student book. You have to attempt this question on your student book as well.